Okay, how's it going, everybody? I'm going to do a quick video. Well, it's going to be a little bit longer than my normal video on a program called Paint.net. It's a free program that I've been using for years now, and it's kind of like a knockoff of Photoshop. My camera's a little crooked. This is definitely going to be a little longer than my normal video. Feel free to speed it up if you want to, or skip ahead. Um, but so you're going to, if you type into Google Paint.net, or you can type in or you can search the website. The URL is getpaint.net. And this is the website's a little bit confusing. There's all these little click here, and it's a free program, so that's just how they make money is by all these little advertising gimmicks. But you click over here. I'm going to do that again. Okay, so I was moving too fast. So click on here where it says "Get it now," download free, and now you can either go to the Google Store. Sorry, the camera doesn't want to stay up. You either go to not the Google Store, but the Microsoft App Store, and then you have to pay $5 to get it. And it's a one-time fee, though. It's not a subscription or anything. So that might be the easier way to do it. And you could even just go directly to the App Store and search for Paint.net. Or you can go into here and you click Download Now. And you click on over here. So you click on here again, and it'll bring it up. And then you download it, install it, and so forth. And I know it looks kind of like a sketchy website because there's so many little click things, but like I said, I've been using it for years. It's not a sketchy program. It was recommended by my graphic design teacher at Sierra College. So again, this is going to be a little bit longer video, and I might not edit it, so you might see my mistakes as well. But basically what I'm doing right now is I've updated my logo to say home instead of team. See if you can see that. And that's what my new logo looks like. Obviously not backwards. And I'm going to basically cut and paste the new logo on here, and I have to update the phone number here. So you can do a lot with this program. One great feature is the stamp clone tool. And this is really good for photos. So I'll show you more about that with the photo later. But I'm going to open up my file that I have with the logo right here. So now I have this open in a different tab up here on the top. I'm going to zoom out, and everything is in layers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this whole image, since it all has a white background. And I'm going to cut it, or I'm just going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it onto the other one. Another option is I could use this magic wand, and I could select the image, and now I can do a silhouette of just this key, or I could also, if I hold Control, I can include these other parts of the picture here, and just go ahead and select all of these. Oops. And I messed up and selected that spot, so I'll have to start over because I don't want the center of that. But I can make basically a no background image, and that could be posted on top of anything. But for right now, I'm just going to do the whole image, which I've already copied. It's already on my clipboard, and I want to paste it. So I pasted it here. I'm going to cover up my current one. And actually, I'm going to undo that. So I'm going to Control Z, unpaste that. And I'm actually going to do this on a new layer so that this layer is sitting above this image. And now, so I'm on the second layer here. So right now on the second layer, if I were to go and take the erase tool and erase. I'm only going to erase things that are on this layer. I'm not going to erase this back layer, so it doesn't actually do anything. But let's go ahead and paste it. Try to get it right where the old one was. And watch this. I can go and see the old one by unchecking this layer. And looks like I could use this, move this over a little bit. And then so you can set up a grid. So you want to see, let's see, view grid. Not sure why that didn't work. Or the rulers on the side, so you can see, you can measure. That looks pretty good to me. So I like to do the squint test. So squint your eyes and take a look at your image and see if it looks good. You could also zoom all the way out, see how it looks from far away. And then you're going to want to zoom all the way in and make sure everything looks good when it's full size. And that looks pretty good. Doesn't look pixely. Okay, so that is that. And then I'm going to edit I'm going to do it on the same layer here. So I'm going to unselect, because if I try to write anything now, it's only going to appear where this is. So I need to unselect that. There's lots of little tricks of doing this. I'm actually going to just put a white block over these letters. So I selected shape. It's under triangle. I'm going to do fill shape, and I'm going to fill it with white. I need to move it over just a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to redo the whole phone number so that it lines up everything good. And then I'm going to click off of that, and I'm going to go over to text. And now I want to match these colors. I want this color, this blue, that's the same as here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to this color picker tool. You can also do a shortcut of the letter K, and I'm going to click over here. Oops. So when I clicked over here, you see I came up with no color, and that's because I'm not on that layer. So I need to go to this layer, select that color, and I'll go back to my layer I want to work on. Go over to text, and my font I'm using is a font that I downloaded. It's supposed to be an Irish font. Yeah, that's it there. And I'm going to go much bigger. And from here, I'm going to go bigger. And bigger. Probably, actually, I'm going to go a little bigger. I want to sit back a little bit, maybe squint my eyes a little bit, do the squint test. I'm also going to try to line these up. And I would like to see the grid. I'm not sure why that wouldn't show up earlier. Display grid. I'm zoomed in. Oh, I see. The grid's only going to be when zoomed in. No, I don't know. But look, I zoomed in and I see I missed the spot there. So let me get switch to that color, switch to white. Oops, nope. So I messed up. So I want to hit Control Z. I controlled Z too far. There we go. Switch it back to. Oh, look, I'm messing up already. Why isn't that working? Oh, not sure what I did there, but I lost it all. So I'm going to retype this out. So I can line my cursor up here. And if you see, it's a little bit hard to see, but if you look, and I'm pointing on my screen, so if you look over on the very top of the ruler, you can see that I have a little line there. So I can see where this line meets up. So if you look way up here, you can see the line that matches. And if you look over on the side over here, you can see the line here. And if I have the black screen. If you have it on the white screen, maybe it's a little bit more easy to see, but I can see it. So I'm going to go and count my 16th mark. 7. And over here. That's a little bit more this way. And you can even just take a straight edge. I'm just going to use a piece of paper up on my screen to kind of line up things. You might, it doesn't necessarily need to be perfectly lined up, especially with my logo, because the words are off centered. So, the kind of image is a little bit skewed to the side. So let's zoom out. See how that looks from back here. And just mess around with it. And if you hit Control and use your little thing on your mouse, then you'll zoom in. Actually, I like it a little off to the side. Maybe. It's with this logo and the words off to the side. Sometimes it's a little funny to line everything up and see where it's supposed to match. So I'm going to actually just move it down here more, so that it's more lined up with this. Another option is I could have done it on the center, and then I would have started my cursor right in the middle, and it would have centered it a little better. And actually, maybe I'm going to give that a try. This is all just for educational purposes, so might as well show you guys more options. So right around here, right around that 4, looks about centered to me. And yeah, clearly it needs to go over this way a little bit. Yeah, that's looking pretty good to me. I'm gonna do the squint test. When you do the squint test, you'll see kind of the grouping and if it's aesthetic to the eyes from what what people are going to see at a quick glance. But I like that. I think all that is pretty good. If I wanted to, at this point, if I wanted to adjust my logo up here, what I would do is I would just select it. So I go up here, I'd select it, and I would basically cut and paste it. I'm going to click cut and paste. Now it's back where it was. And I'm actually going to make it a little bit bigger. But you don't want pinching. So pinching is when, so right here. So you see how I'm bringing that too close to this edge here? That would be considered pinching. You don't want that. And that's where the squint test comes in. If you squint and you see, where, that's when you'll kind of see those pinching, those spots that are just too tight and not aesthetic to the eye. Okay, and that is that. I'm done with this and I'm going to save it. So there's a couple ways to save it. So you go up here, save as. So you can save it as a paint.net file, or you can save it as a JPEG or a PNG. So if you're going to do one where it's, there's no background, you're going to want to save that as a PNG. But I'm just going to save it as a JPEG. And then for quality here, I'm going to do 100%. But maybe you don't need that if you're going to be doing it for social media. Maybe you're going to want a smaller image. But for my sign, I'm going to want it full size. And you can see that's a pretty big image. And I'm going to flatten it. So these layers over here are going to go away because I'm saving as a JPEG. If I wanted my layers to stay, I would save it as a paint.net file. So that is that for this one. And I'm going to do another video on editing a photo for you.